think someone killed my wife.
You think someone killed your wife?
Yeah, it looks like there's stab wounds on her back. We've had people trying to break into our house all year. Stealing shit.
Sir.
Thursday before this happened, someone tried to get into the house?
Yes.
Well, that camera captures the back of your house. Nobody came to your house.
Well, someone was, sir, I'm telling you what I saw.
Somebody's been attacked in my house.
Somebody's been what?
Attacked. I don't know what's going on in this city.
Sir,
shit isn't getting done here.
I understand you're upset, but can you give me your name, please?
No, you people dropped the f***ing ball. This whole city's getting freaking taken over. She sent me a text to meet me at Brew Kettle at 4:25. I didn't hear from her. I didn't expect this. She's in the kitchen. I can't believe this.
I'm thinking about my life with my what is gone now.
On October 23, 2017, a beloved schoolteacher, Melinda Pleskovic's life was cut short by a horrific act of violence right within the safety of her own home. A crime so disgraceful that left the peaceful citizens of Strongsville in shock. It is such a gruesome and unforgivable crime that even today, detectives are trying to understand the motives behind such a terrible act.
Stop lying to the police and ruining a family.
You want to see her ever again? Do you want to see her again? This is your opportunity to see her again. We're gonna go after the premeditated murder, and do you know what happens with that? The death sentence. You're not gonna be around very long.
On the evening of that same day, 3 separate 911 calls were made from a Blazing Star Drive home in Strongsville, Ohio.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Somebody's been attacked in my house.
Somebody's been what?
Attacked.
Attacked who? Who was attacked? Someone get my fires.
Mel Pleskovic. Mel Pleskovic was attacked.
He was attacked by whom? Do you know?
She was. No, we just came home. She's on the kitchen floor. I took her son and my daughter outside. Her husband is inside with her now.
So the husband attacked her?
No. We just came home.
You came home and found her injured on the floor?
We found her in the kitchen. She's not moving. I took the kids and I walked outside. I didn't know.
So did she look like she was beaten or what?
She has blood all around her. I didn't look. I grabbed the child and left.
The first caller is 20-year-old Jeffrey Scullins Jr., who told dispatch that he had arrived home to find his soon-to-be mother-in-law, 49-year-old mother of 3, Melinda Pleskovic, lying in a pool of blood on the kitchen floor. He had just been out to dinner with his 1-year-old daughter and Melinda's husband, 50-year-old Bruce Pleskovic. The only other person at home at the time of the incident was the couple's 18-year-old special needs son, Kyle Pleskovic. A second call was made minutes later by Melinda's distraught husband, Bruce.
911, what's the city of your emergency?
Strongsville, Ohio. We have people on the way already.
What's the address?
17784 Blazing Star. I think someone killed my wife.
You think someone killed your wife?
Yeah, it looks like there's stab wounds on her back. We've had people trying to break into our house all year.
Sir, I understand. Sir, I need to ask you questions, okay? Are you there right now?
I just got in the door with my new son-in-law. My son Kyle was here with her.
Sir, what I want you to do is walk outside and stay in the front, okay? You said she's stabbed in the back?
Yeah, I don't want to...
Yeah, if you don't... Do you think you can start CPR?
I don't think her face hit the ground and there's blood. There's a pool of blood.
Can you see if she's breathing?
No, she is not.
Do you think you can start CPR?
No.
Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to go outside. Everyone in the house, go outside and wait in the front, okay?
Haley, who thinks he's stabbed in the back?
Do you see anyone else in the home?
My son Kyle is here. He has Down syndrome.
Kyle?
She sent me a text to meet me at Brew Kettle at 4:25. I didn't hear from her. I didn't expect this.
Okay, No, sir, I understand you're upset, but where's Kyle at in the home?
He's outside with Jeff, our son-in-law. You know, we've asked people to watch our frickin' area. We've had people attempt to break in just this week.
Sir,
I don't know what's going on in this city.
Sir,
shit isn't getting done here.
I understand you're upset, but can you give me your name, please?
No, you people dropped the fucking ball.
Sir, can you just take a deep breath? Is there any...
This whole city's getting freaking taken over.
Sir, I understand you're upset, but I need you to stay focused.
Before emergency personnel arrived on the scene, Bruce called again, and this time, his anger against Strongsville police was apparent.
911, what city is the emergency in?
Please come to 17784 Blazing Star. I think my wife's dead. Someone, we've had people breaking into our fucking house, and now someone fucking killed her.
Sir, tell me the city you need to talk to.
Strongsville, Ohio.
Okay, you need to be transferred. Don't hang up.
Okay, we wait. Ambulance is coming and shit. We were waiting for her. She sent me.
What's your name?
Bruce Pleskovic. I'm her husband.
Okay, what's your name?
We've had people trying to break in our house, like a lot. They flash our cameras. We're getting targeted, and I don't know by who the f*** is doing this, but I'm pissed.
Okay. Do you see the medics there, or the police there yet?
Everyone's here.
Okay, go speak with the police officer. I'm going to disconnect with you, okay?
I can't believe this.
Melinda had been brutally stabbed more than 35 times and shot 3 times in the back before being left to die. Her heartbroken family, 20-year-old Anna, 19-year-old Megan, and their brother Kyle, believe that this horrific attack was tied to the strange and unsettling incidents that had haunted their home for over a year. Detectives began to piece together a timeline of events leading up to Melinda's tragic death, carefully examining everything that had transpired in the house. The following day, on October 24th, detectives brought in the Pleskovic family for questioning. And this includes Bruce Pleskovic, the husband, and Jeff Scullin, the son-in-law, who called 911 initially. The following interrogation footage you're about to witness is one of the most incredible and dismaying ones I've ever seen, and it will show you how this baffling web of lies and deceit is untangled in the most unexpected way imaginable.
Okay, Bruce, I know there's a lot going on tonight, so let me just introduce myself again. So my name is Detective Stoltz. Okay. This is Detective Strong.
Hi.
And like I said at the house, we appreciate you coming back. You're not under arrest, you're not in any trouble, you're free to leave at any time, okay? So with so much going on at the house, I know you've spoken to some other officers, but you and I haven't had a chance to sit down and talk one-on-one, so we're gonna try to piece this day and night together, for me. So, and then once we're done here, you're free to leave at any time, but we're reuniting you with your family. Okay.
I get it. I'll answer it.
Okay.
I wrote down all that stuff, the timeline today.
Okay. Well, bear with me. I haven't read anything, so we're just gonna we're literally gonna start from the morning. This morning, and then go from there. But let me
the alarm.
Just give me 1 second, just to catch up.
After a quick introduction and having explained the entire situation, Bruce tells detectives that most of his and Melinda's time revolves around caring for their son Kyle, who has Down syndrome. 2 things worth noting are that Bruce is not as emotional as one might expect in a situation like this, but that doesn't necessarily confirm anything. People's reactions can vary significantly, which is why detectives avoid making quick assumptions and allow suspects to speak, hoping to spot inconsistencies in their stories. The other point to note is that Bruce is not a suspect here. He's simply a witness providing his side of the story, and he is free to leave at any moment.
Since I came in late, I usually work till 4, but I work at 4:30. I worked till 4:30 today. Yeah, because since I was in late, I just wanted to, at least stay a little later, show a little, and I'm not bailing, But it was kind of weird. I was at my desk, and that's when I got the test to meet me at the brew kettle. And if you saw the statement I wrote tonight, it makes no sense that Mel doesn't meet you at brew kettle. Mel doesn't send texts like that. We always, our thing is we go out, since we both work, we go out to eat a lot, we meet up. But it's always about, hey, you want to go out to eat? You want to go out, or you want to eat at home? Or we go back and forth. We always take a while because we don't know what we have taste for. And you'll see the statement that I wrote. In hindsight, I realized that statement makes no sense, and I don't think she typed that to me. In hindsight of all that happened to me, that makes no sense to me. Because there were so many other things we were supposed to do, and I don't get this money with the 6.
Bruce tells detectives that he received a text from Melinda suggesting they plan a family dinner at a restaurant, but she had never texted him in that way before. What's even more concerning about this information is that this dinner took place on the evening of October 24th, just hours before Melinda was brutally murdered in her own house. Bruce then tells the detectives about the break-ins mentioned in the call that had been happening in the past year.
The people trying to break into our house. we've called the police, recently we've had some money taken off our, it started back in February or March. My wife runs a soccer group. She's been doing it for years, and she gets money back, cash and checks on a Friday, and I rarely take naps, but when I know I'm wiped out and tired, and I need about an hour or two, because I'm up in the night a lot, maybe with Kyle or something, I was out on the couch. She said, I'm going to put the money. This is going back then.
Let's stick to this day real quick.
But it started then. It kind of built. It started this year. There's this weird things going missing. Things getting stolen out of my car. Keys going missing. Our car. Someone has our car keys, and our car alarm's been going off. Every so often. And we think it's a neighbor, and we think it's someone else. It's kind of. I'm going to wait till see what you guys, but this stuff hasn't happened until they were living here in our basement. Now, I'm not suspecting them of anything. I did, we did confront and ask, Jeff and Anna, but he
asked them what?
If they took the money or if they grabbed them. I'm not one to accuse, but you guys didn't grab the money. At some point they got to know. We got to wonder if they're doing this or not. And keys going. It's just been all these attempted break-ins. I wasn't there when these things happened. I don't think it's all bullshit. Theoretically, it could be.
Do you notify us every time that occurs?
Yes, there should be a few notifications.
About how many you think?
4 or 5. I think Mel calls them in, or Jeff says he does. I don't.
All this year?
Yeah, everything's this year.
According to Bruce, the supposed break-ins started occurring when Anna and her fiancé Jeffrey had moved into the Pleskovic family basement, accepting a generous offer from the Pleskovics, who had opened their homes to the couple.
How long has Jeff and Anna been living in the home?
When they announced she was pregnant, so that would be, if the baby is over a year, so let's say 2 years. I'm not trying to blame them. I just
no. I just.
But when I look back and think through some stuff, it's like these things are happening, but I'm not there when these things happen. I've lived in that house 16 years, and we back up to the common area there, and over there's always been some kids playing back there. Mm-hmm. There's a kid catty corner who liked to shoot off fireworks at 3 a.m. and I heard him out the window saying, "Hey, let's shoot it at that house." And I was kind of watching out the window. I go, whose house are you shooting it at? He's a kid. I'm just trying to scare him a little bit. Kids, movie kids. So when these kind of things happen, I'm there and I see them. But these break-ins, kids kicking the door. The one time was one of the story. There's a group of kids that are all 15. They did this, and Jeff was in the basement when this happened. I wasn't there. I didn't see it happen in the middle of the night. I was asleep. Another one, 2 guys with hoods walked up to the back room there, or the dog was. I don't know if this actually happened or if he's making it up. Yeah, I'm thinking right. I'm not trying to put him on the spot or anything. But I wasn't there in the middle of the night when it was about 2:45, and that everyone was woken up and wondered, and these guys took off all of a sudden. When Jeff grabbed the door, these 2 guys grabbed the door, and all of a sudden they took off. And then this last one was this past Thursday. Someone tried to open the door, and this kid took off. He jumped over the creek and was gone up the street behind our house. I wasn't there when it happened either. I'm going on his word that these things happen.
Mm-hmm. And if he was making it up, what would be your theory of why would you think he'd make that up?
I don't know. But here's one thing. I want him to do a lot more stuff around the house, like here and there. He says he can do this, and that, and he'll do this, he'll fix this, and then it doesn't get done. And that's another reason Thursday he did cut down the tree in our yard, but we cleaned it up and it was all good, but I thought he was going to do the stumps, pull the stumps out, but if it's too wet, he can't do it, but if it's dry, he can. And we had 4 great days this week, and And he's talking about doing it, and then 2 days later he doesn't, that time goes by, he doesn't do it. And he says, well, I had to work on my rental houses. It's that kind of stuff all the time. So it's just, I don't think he's making this up.
A crucial detail to mention is that we are talking about Strongsville, one of the safest cities in the U.S. with a minimal crime rate that offers its citizens a comfortable, secure, and prosperous way of living.
Who's all at dinner last night?
Me, Mel, Megan, Anna, Kyle, and the baby.
Everybody.
Jeff wasn't there, nor were his parents.
You don't seem very happy about the relationship. Is that the?
No, I'm happy they're getting married. I want them to get married. The first thing
you don't seem very happy about Jeff, though. That's kind of like.
I am. I like the kid a lot, and the fact that I want them to get married and stuff. It's the. I mean, the house is a mess. Where they live, it's a mess.
We saw it.
After he showers, he doesn't really, just kind of throws the towel. Part of my routine, I kind of take any wet towels I'm going around and throwing them up to make sure they dry. He's kind of a little lazy at times like that, but he's doing well. He's taking. They had a baby there. I haven't seen the bottom line, but he's supposedly buying a house right by Strongsville there, but I haven't seen the paper. I'm not privy to the details. He says he's paying cash with it, like his grandparents have some money like that. We're not charging him rent. We didn't do anything like that. We just want to help him through the times of the baby being a baby. It's hard. I mean, they're young. They're in their 20s. We just want to help them out.
With a baby on the way and no worries about housing, Jeffrey and Anna only had one big task ahead, planning their wedding. And Jeffrey took it upon himself to make the arrangements, but it seems like things didn't go as planned.
We think all this wedding plan stuff, this hall is supposed to be paid for like a week or two to taken care of. Sunday night, Mel sends Jeff a text. Monday morning, if you don't have it, this hall's going to get canceled. And so they need to come up. Jeff said, I'm paying for everything. I'm paying for the hall. He has 92 guests coming. Has he sent any invites? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. And so I'm sanding the deck on Sunday, and Anna comes down. Hey, Dad, can you pay for that's when Jeff said he got in his car wreck and had to go down to the hospital. Another story. And that money had to be, he was supposed to take care of this money all day Sunday while we were at Park Clinton. He was supposed to pay for it all day. Mm-hmm. And he was sitting around the house and he was napping. Now him and my wife have been kind of butt heads.
Well, what is your wife? I mean, you seem to kind of have some disagreements on how he goes about handling himself and how things he should be done.
Well, he's waiting to the last minute. He's waiting to the last minute to do stuff.
Yeah, but what does your wife think of him overall in general? What does she think of him?
She likes him, but every time she says something about something, he always talks, mouths back a little bit. Mm-hmm. You could tell they were kind of butthead personality-wise. They butt heads, but there was nothing.
Does she get along better with Jeff than you do, or?
Well, I'm kind of more laid back, so I get along with more people, probably more often. Better. Yeah, but she's pushing. Girls, when it comes to weddings, it's a girls thing. Mm-hmm. I mean, and she's trying to help Anna out, and because they're young, and she's pushing the timetable of all this stuff. Well, Sunday night is when this money was due, and all day long. It's like excuses. There's all these like excuses and stuff. It's kind of weird. Mm-hmm. And so here's, my wife told me she was meeting Jeff's mom Monday night to get to pay it. We ended up having to pay the $6,500 before we went to the brew cuddle Sunday night. I met Mel there. She took Anna. I took Kyle. She took Anna. We drove separate. She put up $3,500. She put up the $3,000 check. And $3,500 on her credit card. Mm-hmm. And he said he was going to take care of this like for all this time, And so what happened was Mel said his mom, she was going to meet Mel said his mom was going to take us all to dinner, and she had the money and did not want to get to Jeff. It was just going to give it. to Mel's, it reimburse for the, for their end of the taking care of this. And what I don't get, that was supposed to happen tonight. What the happened tonight? You know what happened, right?
Do you know where they're supposed to meet?
If you've been paying close attention, you can see that Bruce appears honest with his story, and he genuinely seems sad, distraught, and angry, though he sometimes suppresses these emotions. A big part of his trustworthiness is that he provides detailed accounts of everything and shares them freely without hesitation. As we can see, he's actively trying to piece it all together and make sense of this inexplicable act that happened.
I don't get this. That meet me at Brew Kettle from Mel didn't come from her. She did not send me that. That wasn't. It came from her phone. She didn't send that, in my opinion. I'm a little scared right now, a little nervous about what the hell happened. Or who did this. I don't get it. I don't get why all of a sudden the 60, it's not the big deal, but 6,500, we're supposed to meet and dinner, and all of a sudden everything gets changed.
Who was supposed to meet? All three of you? You and...
Well, I hear, the thing about this, I always hear 3 or 4 different stories. I'm always kind of like, I'm the last one. I thought they were going to meet. And then Mel said, she said yesterday or the day before that she was just going to meet her mom for the money. And then all of a sudden, Jeff has the money.
Mm-hmm.
I was told that her mom was going to give Mel directly the money, and I'm going to do it this time, not with Jeff. And that's what I don't get. All of a sudden, he's involved now again. And now he's calling me to meet him at Applebee's, which is kind of different. When I said I'm coming home, when I went to Walmart and when I went back to Brew Kettle, that's when I texted Mel's phone, I'm coming home. And so I'm driving down Pearl, and that's when I'm getting a call about Applebee's. I'm getting calls from Jeff about Applebee's, and I'm going to the rec center. He's called me twice at the rec center. I mean, he gave me like 3 phone calls. He says, I'm calling your wife and texting her. She's not answering the phone. Her phone must be dead. And Anna said the same thing. And it happened to me too. But at that point in time, instead of going home, that's when I said I wanted to go to the rec center. Because I usually get, I'm just going to go to the rec center, then I'll meet you guys out to eat. Where's Mel?
That's what I'm asking you. Did you ask him?
I thought she was meeting up with his mom to get the money, the $6,500. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought the game plan was. And these plans, but I'm on the outside of these game plans, and what's going on here.
Okay.
And Mel's in direct conversation with someone, but Jeff it seemed like he stepped in and just kind of took control with this $6,500 again. It's like I thought it was just his mom was going to give it to Mel. That's what Mel told me last time I talked to her about this, and I just kind of okay, and then I just do I do what I got to do. I'm getting ready for this wedding, I'm getting ready for this interview, and it's like, and when I get home and see that, it made no sense.
Following the dinner at Applebee's that fateful day, the family returns home, with Jeffrey arriving shortly after Bruce, despite having left early.
Anna gives Jeff a key at the restaurant. You guys come home, you ride together, and why is he knocking on the door if he has the key from Anna?
Because I have a feeling the key, that's a good question. When Anna gave him the keys, was there 1 or 2? I couldn't tell what was in his hand.
Did you see him physically put a key into the door, not be able to get in?
Yeah, and it wasn't working, so that's why you banged on it. But Kyle was able to unbolt it, and he's the one who let us in the house.
Okay.
And Jeff hit the doorbell about 5 or 6 times, being like right in front of you. It's like, relax, it's like.
Okay, and when Kyle comes to the door, does this appear, I think, in...
It seems like, no, he does it all the time. He opens the door. He's always waiting by the front door for me a lot when I come home from work, and he opens the door for me. He's up, excited, he's happy I'm home and stuff like that. It's very common, yes.
And how does Kyle seem? Does he seem upset or normal, or are you able to tell?
He just, I will say it was a little different, but not noticeably different. I'm thinking, okay, where's Mel? I'm waiting for Mel, usually she'll say something, hey, sometimes you'll hear, she'll say something, or maybe she's busy on something. And that's when I noticed that the one of our chairs was, Kyle's chair, which is right here in the front, was actually over here and laying down on the ground in front of the dishwasher. And that's when I walked in, and I'm like, that's when I looked over to the left, and I asked her if she was, I couldn't believe the picture that happened right there. I was stunned. And then I noticed there's blood, and then there's blood by her face. She was face first. I thought maybe she slipped and fell, and so I went this way, and I just kind of leaned down there. I didn't know what to do, and I'm looking, and I said, "Mel, are you okay?" I wanted to hold her, but then I'm realizing there's a puddle here, there's a puddle right here, face down. And I thought, that's when I realized, And then I saw her back, and there was chunks.
It's obvious Bruce is heartbroken over his wife's death, even more so at the state that he found her in. When asked who he thought could commit such a heinous act, Bruce could only think of one person, a mutual friend they had met while in college. The interesting thing about this question is that the detective is probably thinking of someone already, but wants to hear Bruce's opinion first.
Who do you think would have done something like this to Mel?
Well, I put this guy, Mark Cerner, on this list.
Mark Cerner?
No, Mark Cerner.
How do you spell his name?
I know he got into it with Mel, Cirner.
Before this fateful day, Melinda Pleskovic had spent years as a dedicated and beloved middle school teacher. Anna had her own job at Applebee's, bringing in her share to help the family, and Jeffrey was the only one who wasn't contributing financially at all. In fact, he was being supported by Anna through her job while she was pregnant.
He's in our house, like it's like almost like it's hit, he's the he's the man or knows all, it's just all of a sudden he went from the kid worried about getting, and now he's been here 2 years, and it's a little, it's kind of different.
Yeah, comfortable.
Yeah, and it's, I'm just doing my thing. I'm kind of conservative.
So
and do my job.
When I asked you if
I'm
he's
too busy worrying about making sure Kyle's okay.
Bruce, when I asked you if he's capable of
this,
doing this, you said I don't know. That is somewhat telling. I mean, I
didn't see. I don't know. I don't know him that well. I mean, he owns guns. I know that.
Detectives soon learned that Melinda and Jeff had it out for each other, with Melinda frequently pressing Jeffrey about his share of the house and the wedding expenses.
Has he ever threatened Mel?
No.
Okay.
Do they butt heads and kind of have a little thing? Yeah.
I think
family members do.
I think the three of us lived in
the
same roof. We would probably butt heads too. It's inevitable.
So far in this interrogation, one name keeps coming up repeatedly: Jeff, the 20-year-old son-in-law of the family and the second witness of the scene of Melinda's murder. Jeffrey was questioned next. Detectives may have some suspicion about him, but nothing is taken for granted. Thus, Jeffrey enters the interrogation room as just another witness and is free to leave whenever he wishes.
I'd like you just to tell me about your day. You start in the morning. from what I understand, tell me if I'm wrong. Living in the home after talking to Bruce is yourself, your fiance, Bruce's daughter, Anna, and my understanding is Megan is there 2 to 3 times a week.
That's on average. Sometimes, some weeks she won't show up. Sometimes she'll stay longer.
Okay.
If I had to give a good guess, 2 to 3 times a week.
Okay, and she's randomly there.
Randomly.
Okay.
Actually, no, weekends and then some weekdays. Weekdays if she's going out of town on a business trip.
Mm-hmm.
She
Okay.
flies to California every once in a while.
Mm-hmm. And Kyle is there.
24/7.
And Mel.
Yes.
Okay, so only people that live there.
Besides people that come to visit, no.
Right. These are the only people that actually live there.
Yes.
Okay. And you and Anna and your baby stay downstairs in the basement?
That's our area, yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how long have you lived there?
I couldn't even begin to tell you.
What do you...
Like a month after her birthday. So like a year and a half maybe. A little bit less than a year and a half. I think that's rounding. I don't know the exact date when we moved in.
Okay.
Or whatever.
That's fine. And you guys are set to be married on Saturday?
Well, we're gonna cancel it now, but we were set to be married. So,
It's interesting to note Jeffrey's body language. He appears much more reserved and closed off to dialogue, in stark contrast to Bruce, who leaned toward the detective as if genuinely trying to understand what happened. Jeffrey, on the other hand, looks as though he doesn't want to be there, let alone get to the bottom of this.
In the home, does everybody get along?
yeah, we had a little bit of a fight the other day.
Who's we?
Bruce drinks a lot. When he does, sometimes he gets a little, I don't know, dickish. And he kind of came after me a little bit because he was upset because I said I would help him with stuff around the house, and apparently I wasn't doing it to his schedule, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And so, what do you mean he came at you?
Oh, he didn't come at me like
Verbally?
just verbally through text. Nothing.
Okay.
The next day, it was kind of like he sent a few text messages saying he was sorry and everything. It was kind of water under the bridge.
Okay. So other than you guys living under the same roof, everybody kind of butts heads every once in a while, understandable.
That's little stuff like,
Little
hey,
stuff.
pick this up.
But
hey,
not
do
physical.
this.
Nobody's physical to anybody?
No,
Okay.
never.
Okay.
They're very good family.
And where do you work, Jeff?
Right now, I got laid off. I was laid off 2 months ago. No.
And where were you working?
Berea City Schools.
And what did you do for them?
I was an HVAC tech.
And what comes next certainly started to raise alarms in the detective's mind.
Can I ask 2 questions?
You sure can.
Was everything with my dad's car okay?
I don't know. I've been here.
Been here. Well, and what would I be able to go get the dog sometime after this or tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want you to be able to take care of your dogs. They're still at the house, and I don't know how much longer they have, but I could get that question answered for you when we're done
What do you
here.
mean, how much longer they have?
Well, they're going to be at the house for a little while.
Oh,
They're still
the
there.
people?
Yeah, the police department and BCI.
So I can't go there until after they leave to get the dog, or?
We'll see. I could always try to make an arrangement to get the dog.
I mean, if I can't, can I just like have someone dump some
Yeah.
food in his cage?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah, absolutely.
that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
I just don't even get his dinner.
Yep.
Jeffrey seemed more concerned about the dog and his car than the victim or her grieving family. And contrary to what one would expect, he seemed to be annoyed by the situation at hand, as though the interview was just a big waste of time.
And who else is in the home at that time?
Just me. I brought the dog up because the other day someone tried to get in the house, so I felt better with him being up there. He follows the baby around, so I feel better like when she's in the house when he's around.
Mm-hmm.
He was up there, and the other dog was in the laundry room, the other door past the basement door.
Okay.
And no one was there for the longest time. It was just me, and then I think around 1, Mel came home. I don't know the exact time. She didn't tell me she was coming home. She just kind of showed up. And she walked in. We were gonna meet my mom. She helped pay for the wedding because I didn't have enough money and my card wasn't going through. So she gave me some money, but then I was late, so they ended up going up there to pay for it. Well, we were all going to meet for dinner later that night. I was going to go pick my mom up after she got home from work, and I was going to be like, hey, they want to go have dinner, let's go have dinner at Applebee's. It was going to be this nice little thing. Well, Mel said she didn't want to do that, she just wanted me to go grab the money and everything. And I was like, okay, well, I'll do that when Mom gets home. So I left. No, I didn't leave. I'm skipping ahead. I'm tired.
It's okay. So
where was I?
Well, I mean, you're at home. Mel came home at 1, so we're at 1 o'clock, and then the plan was. That's fine. That's okay. The plan was to meet for dinner, but Mel didn't want to do that, and she asked you to go get. She asked you to meet your mom.
Go grab the money. I had to go grab like $600 from my mom and the rest from my banker.
But Mel asked you to do that.
She asked me to go do that, and I said I'd do it when she got home, and she said okay. And that wasn't an issue. That was the end of the conversation.
When questioned, Jeffrey's alibi rests on Kyle, who was dropped off by the bus every day at 3 p.m. According to him, the last time he saw Melinda was when she pulled up into the driveway to pick Kyle up. After meeting up for dinner at Applebee's, Jeffrey and Bruce start wondering where Melinda could be, as neither has heard from her all evening, except for that one unusual text Bruce received earlier.
You ordered food?
He sat down, he asked if I talked to Mel, and I was like, no, have you talked to Mel? We were all trying to figure out what's going on. Anna walked over. We were all talking like, when was the last time we talked to her? When was the last time we do this? He was all pissy that she told him to go to Brew Kettle, or whatever. And he's like, I went and bought it. We talked about Kyle for a little bit, because Kyle has accidents. How he's buying underwear or whatever for Kyle. And we told him to go to Walmart to buy those like value packs and everything. And then we ordered food and we kind of sat there. We just talked about odds and ends stuff. And then we were talking about how his tire, I don't know if he told you, someone put 2 nails in his tire. Like right next to each other that aren't attached nails, so you know somebody did it. We were talking about it because they were away all weekend and I wasn't paying attention to the cars. But his tire was flat when he came back in the car and it moved. So someone like walked up and put the nails in. We were talking about that. He keeps on blaming Mark something. One of their old friends, the guy they call Spaz. I've only met him a handful of times. I don't know his full name. But he thinks it's him fucking with them and all that stuff. And then we were talking about the break-in and the attempted break-in thing and all that stuff. We were just talking, like trying to speculate what was going on. We were all blaming a different neighbor and stuff like that. Like everyone thinks, I hate to say it, everyone thinks whatever. Like I think it's the girl next door, Laura, her son. I think it's him. Bruce thinks it's Spaz, and Anna thinks it's the other guy next door. Okay.
Not long after, the detective asks Jeffrey about the situation with the key that occurred at the home just before the sad discovery was made.
What happened at the front door?
We tried the keys. We talked for a minute he's like, that's her car, she's here. He's like, oh, she's being dumb or whatever. He said like a few other things. He's getting pissed because he thought she blew him off or whatever. And then we tried the one key, it didn't work. We tried the other key, it didn't work. And we're like, well, what the hell are we going to do now? We started knocking, nothing. Like 5 minutes go by. I hit the doorbell like 12 times in a row just to say if someone's sleeping, just to wake him up. And Kyle came and opened the door. And, it seems everything was normal. Kyle opened the door, the lights were all on, nothing seemed out of place, just looking in. I reached in, put the baby to the right like I always do, because the one door doesn't open, so I always put her to the right. And I went back out, grabbed her bag, grabbed my phone, wallet, and I walked in. And then when I was walking back, like about to round the garage, Bruce started screaming about something. I ran in. Kyle picked up the baby and moved her in the living room, the room with the TV, where the couch was, the L couch. He put him in there, so I walked in and ran over to the baby. So you put the baby right in the foyer right there, to the right, by the stairs? Yeah, right where the base of the stairs was. And Kyle picked up the baby. He does this all the time. He picks her up and he puts her in the other room, because that's where everyone hangs out. He picked him up right in there. I thought something was wrong with the baby, so I ran in.
You went outside to get the diaper bag and do what else?
My keys and wallet. I left them on the seat because I didn't know if we were going to get in the house. Keys, wallet, and phone were all right on the driver's seat. And I didn't want to leave the baby there because she was awake, so she would have started screaming if we walked away.
And then you heard him, you heard Bruce, what did Bruce scream?
I don't know what he screamed at first. I just kind of heard him yell. So I ran in, I thought something was wrong with the baby. Didn't see her at the door, was yelling, where's the baby, where's the baby? Ran into the kitchen, saw her to the right, ran over there, looked at her, nothing was wrong. He was screaming in the kitchen. I thought something was wrong. I turned around and Mel was laying down.
So you went in, you went to the right for the baby? You didn't look?
Well,
is that what you said?
I looked, but I didn't see. I just looked for the little carrier because I was afraid something was wrong with her.
Where's Bruce standing when you come in the house?
Right above her head, like to the right. Like if this is the pantry door, he was standing like this. I didn't even realize she was there at first.
Did you actually go into the living room?
Yes, I went in the living room. I picked up the carrier and I'm looking at her face. I thought something was wrong. And then I turned around and saw her in there, and then he started screaming, she's bleeding, she's bleeding, she's bleeding. And I was like, call 911, call 911, call 911. And I reached down and I touched her leg to see if she was awake. I shook her leg. She didn't move.
So he was standing over her mouth?
Yeah, right where her head is. Her head was. And then I shook her leg and she didn't move.
He's yelling, she's bleeding?
He's yelling, she's bleeding, she's bleeding, she's bleeding. Then he ran past me into the front room and he started digging in his bags looking for his phone. And he yelled, he can't find his phone, he can't find his phone. And then he ran back over and did something to her. He was touching her or moved her or something. I think he just touched her back and realized she was bleeding from all over her back or whatever. I pulled out my phone and started calling, and then he yelled, she isn't breathing, and that's when I grabbed Kyle and walked out.
After explaining how the discovery unfolded and how he had to be a bit forceful with Kyle while trying to pull him away from the scene, the conversation shifts to the firearms in the house, and Jeffrey offers a seemingly reasonable explanation for why one of them had been discharged. Jeffrey claims he has no real sense of what happened to Melinda. He says he only glanced at her body before dialing 911 and thought Bruce told him she had been stabbed.
I just cleared the weapon, set it inside the bag, and she took the bag home. I just didn't want her picking up the bag and, setting it down and God forbid something happened.
She took what bag home?
My father's bag. It had his concealed carry weapon in it. I just wanted to clear it just in case she threw it down or something.
But why would she take the other bag home then?
What other bag? I wasn't driving. That was the truck. It was in the back of the truck. So when I went and grabbed the truck that one day, I didn't, later that day, I did not know that that bag was in there until I got home.
You didn't know that the 9mm was in there? You didn't know that?
No, not the NRA bag with all the guns in it.
Right.
Was in the truck. The gun that had a loaded gun in it was in my dad's truck, his SUV. My mom drove the SUV home. I drove Ellie around a little bit more, went home, grabbed the truck, left the Envoy there, the truck that just had the NRA bag in it, and drove to my house. Because I planned to do work at my aunt's, which I ended up not doing that day, and I ended up going to do it today. I did not intentionally take those guns. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining things well. I'm very tired. Does that make sense, or?
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit further about it.
It's worth noting that this is the 4th time Jeff has mentioned being really tired. This is interesting because it serves as a justification for why he might not be able to answer the questions as he supposedly should. The thing is, no one is judging or blaming him for anything, especially given the situation that took place and the emotional toll it takes on people. And if this wasn't enough already, he asks the detectives if what he's saying makes sense, as if trying to get a confirmation on his story so he appears believable. When you compare this to Bruce's interrogation, you'll notice none of these behaviors.
So let's just back up so I understand this clearly. We'll go slow because you're throwing a lot of cars out there. And so okay. On Saturday,
yes,
you guys are planning on going
They were going to see... Here. Let me start again. Saturday. Ellie's in the car. I'm going to pick up Ellie. I stop at the hospital to say hi to my dad. I haven't seen him since he's been in the hospital. His truck is in the parking lot. He said that there was a gun in there, and that I can go grab some money. My mother walked out there with me. She grabbed the money out of the bag, gave me some money for Ellie's ticket. I cleared the weapon that was in his car so that there was nothing in the chamber or anything like that. He's licensed to carry it. He's a concealed carry weapon.
Okay.
I ejected the magazine.
And your mom takes that?
Yes, and I put it in the back seat of the car, like all the way in the back, you know, where you open up the window. I set it down there. She drove off in that car later. She went back up. But I went in my car, drove, picked up Ellie, went to Rite Aid, bought her ticket, and then we went back to the house and they went to Cedar Point.
So the last time you physically touched a gun is Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I don't know when the last time he fired that weapon was. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah. And since Saturday, have you showered?
Yes. I think I showered that day. I don't know if I showered yesterday, though. I'm sorry to say.
Okay. But you showered?
Yes.
Okay. And do you wash your hands after you use the restroom?
Yes. Am I in trouble?
No.
I'm sorry.
You know, you're asking me, you know, you're worried about it, but, you know, if the last time you touched a gun was 40 hours ago at the least, you showered, you washed your hands, you know, so you should have anything to worry about.
All right. Thank God I was worried. I didn't know how long that stuff stayed on. But was she shot? You said that when I saw her, it looked like she was... You know, I'm sorry.
She was shot and stabbed.
Shot and stabbed?
Jeffrey asks if Melinda was shot, despite there being no mention of gunshot wounds up to that point. He raises this question specifically after being asked about his use of a gun and whether he's in trouble, clearly trying to confirm whether he's in danger or not. Noticing these inconsistencies, the detectives begin to probe into some of Jeffrey's unusual actions, and Jeffrey grows visibly uneasy as he tries to justify his behavior.
I understand not wanting to get out of the car with the baby, and if it's raining, but I think anybody would first look for their phone to see if they call for some help.
Well, I was looking, but like I said, you have to get around the back, and I just...
Didn't feel safe to do that?
I didn't feel safe to do it, and there's a good possibility I left the phone at home, is what I was thinking.
But what made you feel safe 20 or 30 minutes later?
I pulled up into the get-go. After I got some gas, I pulled up into the get-go.
But you just told me that you found it while he was getting you gas.
Yeah, he got me gas, and I pulled up into the get-go. I said I'd put $6 in the tank. That's when I opened up the car and looked and found the phone.
Okay.
And then I called Jeannie, or I might have texted Jeannie or called Jeannie that I was on the way. I'm sorry if I'm not explaining things right. I'm very tired. I'm in bed.
Jeff, how did you get the scratches on your face?
I had a little bumper with the truck. I got tapped. That's from me hitting the steering wheel. You can ask Anna and her mother about, and her father and whoever else.
When did you get in a car accident?
It wasn't really a car accident, it was just kind of a bump.
Okay. Well, when did you get bumped?
Yesterday. On my way back from helping Dakota Skinger move.
Sorry?
I was helping my buddy move from his house here in Prospect, at the corner of Prospect and Lund. He can account from where I was there. And then on the way back I got bumped, but just enough to just hit my head. And I've had the scratches since yesterday. You can ask Anna or Bruce about it. This side, I don't know what that is. This is what hit me.
Yeah, what is on this side? So you hit a steering wheel, it's round, so these are going down. The scratch marks?
I don't think so. It was there last night. It's just from something else. It could be from the Selvin unit. But this all was there last night. You can ask Anna, Bruce, all of them. And if you need to, I guess you could test my face. I don't know if that's an actual thing.
Jeffrey's eagerness to offer samples of everything he's touched strikes detectives as odd. They chalk it up to nerves and ask Jeffrey who he thinks might be responsible.
So who do you think is capable of doing something like this?
I mean, Bruce gets angry and yells at everybody sometimes, but I don't think he would be able to do that. I don't think Anna would. I don't think anybody would. Anna and Mel recently found out that the guy next door has guns and was flaunting guns around. The one to the left, I don't know his last name, but his name's Ronnie. They said something about it when the break-in happened to the officer. He said he was like, oh, detective. I don't know what he is. Blonde, like white hair.
You're facing the house to the left? Or other way? You're facing the house to the left?
Yeah, house to the left. With the red door. With the basketball hoop. I don't know how they came about that. They told the detective that came by, he had white hair, kind of short.
Even contemplating the possibility that your girlfriend or your father-in-law could have had some implications with such a despicable act is appalling, and the detectives seem to have noticed that too. Now Jeffrey is stroked with one of the worst things a detective could tell you in an interrogation room, especially if you went in there as a witness.
In the process of eliminating, the people that were there on the scene, would you take a polygraph test?
What's that?
A lie detector test.
Sure. Okay. Actually, you know what? Wait. I'll talk to my mother about it first, but I guess I'd be open to it.
Agreeing to something, in this case, a polygraph test, and then backing out when realizing it may not be in your best interest is something detectives don't take lightly. It is at this moment the interrogation takes a dramatic turn, and everything changes from here on out.
Wow. I thought those things don't work.
They're very accurate.
Huh? Never mind. I just going off stuff I saw on TV.
Okay. Do you have any involvement in Mel's death? Any knowledge?
No.
Of anybody? No.
Besides being there.
Who do you think would do something like this?
She's nice. She's well liked. She's a teacher. Everybody knows her and loves her. I mean, granted, we do butt heads every once in a while. Like, we yell at each other about little stuff, but it's like, who doesn't? Basically, they're family. If I had to say someone who did it, I would probably say the person that tried to break in the other day. There's a police report about that. Someone tried to open a door while I was there. What do you want, like, I don't know.
What?
Bruce gets all mad sometimes, like when he drinks, but he wasn't drinking or anything today, I don't think. But that's the only thing I can think of. Like, she's told us a few times if he comes home, like when he's drinking, just to leave or call the cops and stuff. But she hasn't done that in a long time, so I think he's kind of changed a little bit. But I really doubt he would do that. He really loves her. I think he really cares about her. But everyone, she's great. I don't know anyone who would hurt her. She's a teacher. People come up to the back door all the time and say,
what seems odd to me is when you heard Bruce screaming. So you said initially you were afraid it's the baby, but you'd come in, you'd go to the scream, so you're looking for Bruce, number one. And then
I was more concerned with the baby because Kyle's...
Well, you're assuming that you're wondering if it's the baby, and Bruce is screaming, so he must see something with the baby.
He just screamed once. He wasn't constantly screaming, if that's what you're trying to say.
So he screamed. Yes. You're worried about the baby, so you're going to go to Bruce because you're assuming the baby's by him, right? That's why he'd be screaming.
I was just looking for the carrier. I set her down inside, and when I looked in the door and she wasn't there, I really thought it was about her. Why he was yelling.
Yeah, it's just hard to believe that you would see him standing there and see a scene like that. You said you went right to the room, and
I was just looking for the baby, I guess.
Because it's not a very big house. So when you come in out of that hallway there, you could see Bruce real easily. So you couldn't pass him up.
I was just looking for the baby. That's all I gotta say, I guess.
Detective Stolz then confronts Jeffrey, pointing out that he couldn't have missed Melinda lying on the floor if he had walked past her to find Bruce.
Didn't see Bruce.
Well, I looked, I just was looking for the baby. That's all I wanted to know. Where the baby was. Why the baby wasn't where she was. That's all I was really concerned about.
Well, if I heard somebody yell, if I heard you yell, I'd be looking for you. Even if I thought it was about the baby, I'd be looking for you, assuming that you saw something or, hey, what's wrong? So it's just really odd to me that you don't even see Bruce, and he's the one that yelled, and he wasn't screaming like you said. Like he just screamed, he just yelled once, like So that's not really that scary. So you go in, you don't run in, so it's not like you ran in and flew by him. You fast-paced walk, and then you just don't even see him. You just dismiss him, go to the right. You see him, but you don't see the rest.
I was just looking for the baby, I guess. I don't know.
Right, but you see him, but you don't see everything else, and you went to the right. So how do you see him and not look down?
I just wasn't paying attention. I don't know. I was looking for the baby. All I wanted to see was the baby. What was wrong? What was going on?
There's no way, Jeff. There's no way you could see him, see that he's there, and go to the right without seeing Mel. There's no way, especially in a small kitchen like that.
I don't know. I just didn't. I don't know what you want me to say.
Oh, it's just not believable. It's just impossible to walk in that house, to look over and see Bruce, the guy that yelled, and not to like, what's wrong? And then there's no way you can miss that. I mean, there's no way you can miss that.
I guess. I don't know. All I wanted was the baby. I just wanted her to figure out what was wrong. Reaching in, setting her down, and walking out, and then coming back after you hear someone yell and she's not there. It's kind of scary. I wanted to see where the hell she was, what was going on. Once I figured out where she was, I looked around. Mel was there. Kyle was right next to me. That's when we were talking about the 911. Call 911. He went to his bags. I just didn't register it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, when did you see Mel?
Kind of when I turned around, I noticed she was there.
Turned around from the family room?
Yeah. I reached down, picked up the baby's carcass, looked at it, and I turned around. Kind of like...
Where is the baby carrier?
You know where the second chair was? Of the thing? It was right on the edge, like nearly in the family room, nearly not in the family room. Nice. Technically in the family room, but not, like still on the tile, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just seems really hard to miss that, especially when you say you saw him, but you don't see her. It's almost impossible.
I'm not looking at the floor. I wasn't really trying to... I don't know.
You can't look in that room without seeing the floor.
I don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to see where Aurora was. That was like my main objective, I guess.
After having talked to Jeffrey, Melinda and Bruce's daughters Anna and Megan are questioned next. Like Jeffrey, both sisters are convinced that their parents' friend or their odd neighbor may have had a hand in their mother's brutal murder.
We need to look at everybody what are your feelings? Do you have any feelings or any idea maybe who could do something like this?
Maybe the guy. Creepy.
Okay, and how so?
He stinks, he's drunk, he's in everybody's face. Everybody's been talking about how he's doing coke lately. He shows up to parties and screams at people, freaks out, leaves, threatens people.
And what kind of threats?
I'm not really sure. My dad was saying them all. But he'll insult people, call them the N-word. Mm-hmm. If you don't buy him a beer, he calls you Jewish. It's just rude.
Have you seen him be violent?
I haven't seen it. I've heard everything now.
Okay. And outside of Mark? Okay.
I don't know anyone that would do this to my mom.
What has Jeff and what has your dad said? What has Jeff said to you?
Since she died?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's
just saying it's going to be okay and holding me just, so if I break down, it's... before. And he just wants to make sure it doesn't go to that.
Okay.
I wasn't on the right meds. It was a bad time. I was 15. Mm-hmm. just holding it together.
And have you had what about your dad? Is he, or he's talked about share anything else with you?
He babbles when he's stressed out. He's talking all night, twitching, and occasionally crying. It's just sad. You can tell he's just devastated and barely showing it, but I know it's there.
And did your mom and your dad, did they have a good marriage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were best friends.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they fought like regular people, but
yeah,
they did everything together. They were very social, very fun. They always had fun.
And leading up to last night, you know, looking back on anything seem odd or funny, or anybody acting differently? You know,
everybody's extra stressed about the wedding, and
yeah, it happens. Yeah.
And then my dad, his tires had some nails pushed in it or something, they think.
I just mean, do you have thoughts on who's responsible for this?
I mean, just kind of based off talking to my dad over the last couple weeks. Like, he's from other sources, too, that he's been on and off quite a few drugs and stuff, and has been not doing very well mentally and health-wise.
Yeah. Has he been a fixture in your family for a long time, or?
Him and my dad went to college together.
Gotcha.
I didn't really know him until, I don't know, like high school, middle school is when he kind of started hanging around more, because he used to work for like a beauty supply thing, so he'd bring us like shampoo samples and stuff, and when you're in high school, you're like,
yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
But as like this past year, like everything got kind of rocky. I kind of always thought he was a little bit obnoxious. He's always been over the top.
Yeah.
So it's
gotcha.
Kind of scary to think that he would be like on drugs and not just normal work. So
yeah.
When the detectives ask if Jeffrey is the type to become physical, Megan quickly denies it, insisting that he is a laid-back and easygoing person. Anna also tells the detectives about several occasions when cash or other items went missing from their home.
So when things turned up missing at home, you said one time, you said even you were home alone.
Home alone.
And things would disappear off the counter?
Yeah. And I'm just like, I don't understand.
Now,
freak out, cry.
How would you explain that? When you say home alone, you mean you totally alone, or was
totally alone?
Not you and Jeff?
Nobody, no baby, no nothing. Just me.
Doors locked?
Yeah. I keep the doors locked. I'm very, weird about that.
Sure. Now, would that be after there were keys missing? I mean, was your explanation?
This was before the keys.
Before the keys were missing.
Now this is kind of gross. I started keeping my money in my shirt. It's the only way it doesn't go missing.
Sure.
I know it's not sanitary, but it's the only way I don't lose my money.
Yeah. Okay. So where's your mind go with that? I mean, how does stuff disappear from inside of a locked house while you're home alone?
I speculated so much. I cried and freaked out. I don't know. And then I just kind of block it out. Or else I'm just going to lose my mind thinking about it.
Tell me who has keys to your house?
My family.
Meaning?
My mom, my dad, me, Jeff, Megan.
Okay.
But not right now.
Well,
just
not everybody right now is
your
with all the keys.
Did was anyone else ever home alone when things turned up missing? Do you recall any instances of it happening with anyone else?
Most of us were usually home for all of these. Maybe one person missing, like my mom or Jeff or my dad. But everybody else would be at home when something would go missing.
Something would go missing with everyone home?
Yeah.
Or a few times with just you home?
Yeah, sometimes just me and my dad and Jeff. Me, my mom, and my dad. It's random.
Is it reasonable that somebody could come into the house unseen and take something and get out?
I guess.
Okay.
There's got to be some way in. My parents also have a window that goes right onto the roof, and there's like an archway. Really have to climb, but it's accessible.
Gotcha.
To a point. I've tried to climb up there, but I get scared of heights.
Were you ever? I think you said you were. Were you ever witness to one of these times when the car started by itself or the alarms went off? anyone else with you at that moment?
One time just me and Jeff when it started.
Okay.
But when the alarms went off like crazy the one night, it was me, Jeff, my mom, and Kyle.
Right.
And we were all in the front room, and the car alarm would go off. We'd all run out, look around, see nothing. We'd get it to stop by unlocking it with like the manual key.
Mm-hmm.
We come back inside. As soon as we got back in the house again, and this happened like 8 times, and then a police officer came when we called, and it happened in front of him too.
Did anybody ever take the car into a mechanic?
My mom has this mechanic friend named Alan. I'm not sure his last name is. He's really reliable. Whenever we have car problems, she goes to him. But, yeah.
Okay. So, when you would work Applebee's, who would keep the baby?
Jeff.
Usually be at home with Jeff.
Yeah. Or he'd just go out and work on the rentals and keep the baby with his mom.
Oh, okay.
After talking about the multiple inexplicable events at her house, Anna then recounts how Jeffrey took the initiative along with her mom to set up cameras to keep watch for any intruders. Strongsville is a community renowned for its low violent crime rate, where residents frequently leave their doors unlocked, confident in the safety of their homes. So when the Pleskovic family's house became the sole target of repeated break-ins in the neighborhood, detectives had to consider the possibility that Melinda's death was the result of a robbery gone wrong. Melinda's funeral was held on the day Jeffrey and Anna were meant to tie the knot. It was a small private ceremony that took place on October 28, 2017, with Jeffrey carrying the weight of the moment as a pallbearer. What's truly heartbreaking is Kyle, who sat by the window waiting for his mother to walk through the door. But the investigation into the murder didn't stop here. After a thorough search of the home and careful examination of the evidence, the detectives stumbled upon a meticulous plot and hidden conspiracy, one that had quietly festered in the heart of an unlikely suspect.
Do you know that there's cameras in the back facing your house?
No.
There is.
Where?
On the playground. Deerfield.
Jeffrey had filed a police report, claiming he had scared off an intruder attempting to break into the house. But it was just one of many break-in stories he told, unaware that there were multiple cameras that pointed towards the house. After discovering this, detectives called Jeffrey in for a second interrogation. But this time, they weren't playing any games.
Okay. And it literally hits your house, and if you're in the backyard, to the house to the right of you. Alright. You didn't know that?
No.
Okay. So what you're telling me isn't true. Okay, you went out there, you put Joey on a leash for a little bit. Moose never went outside. You never stayed out on the deck with them.
Well, I'm not trying to lie. I'm just saying that's what I normally do.
Okay. So with that in mind, this camera, the Thursday before this happened, someone tried to get into the house?
Yes.
Well, that camera captures the back of your house. Nobody came to your house.
Well, then someone was... Sir, I'm telling you what I saw.
But I'm telling you what was captured on surveillance camera. Our officers are there. They dust your door. That's all on camera. Nobody. You said he came to the door, you got to the door, and Moose tried to get him, tried to get out, got wedged in the door. None of that happened.
I don't know. Someone tried to open that door, sir.
Jeff,
I'm not.
you told me you were face to face with him.
I was
His hand got in. None of that happened. None of it. So why did you call us and say someone tried to get in the house?
Someone did try to get in the house, I swear.
No, they didn't. Again, it's on camera.
I'm not trying to.
We watched the whole day, Jeff.
Why would you make that up?
I didn't make it up.
See, that's the great thing about surveillance cameras. It's there, it's live. Our guys are there. You called us. We're there. Nobody comes to your back. Nobody comes to your sliding glass door. None of that happened.
Detective Stolz also points out that the significant gap between the time Jeffrey left to meet his aunt and when he actually arrived at the restaurant.
And furthermore, did you know I talked to your Aunt Jeannie?
Yeah.
Did she tell you what we spoke about?
No.
She didn't?
We were there last night.
Okay, did she tell you my conversation with her?
No.
Did you tell your Aunt Jeannie that Moose bit the guy and there was blood everywhere?
I did do that because my mother and father don't like the dog. I was trying to say that.
Well, they probably don't like the dog because it's in a park pit and they're probably worried about his gun to bite somebody.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help your dog. Doesn't help your case. So you lied to your aunt.
I did. I said that to my parents too. You can ask them.
Okay. So that didn't happen.
What didn't happen?
Someone tried to get your house.
The door moved and everything, though.
Jeff, you said you saw a hand. Let's get this part straight.
You saw him run away.
That's what I saw.
Mm-hmm. So your aunt didn't share our conversation. So let me tell you a little bit more about it. You didn't get to your aunt's until 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, not 4:30. 6 o'clock.
I got there long before 6.
No, you didn't. You were late. You texted your aunt, just if this jogs your memory, you texted your aunt at 5 o'clock that you haven't even left yet. So you couldn't have left at 3 o'clock like you're telling me. Or shortly after 3. Because you were getting Aurora ready. Okay?
That's what I texted her something that was on the way.
That's the beauty of technology and phones and surveillance cameras, because it doesn't lie. So I don't expect you to remember everything to the minute, but the phones, the camera, I don't need to ask. It tells me exactly timestamp. So you're not even at your aunt's house before 5. She says you don't even get there until 6. And then by the time you left, you don't even have time to go back home and back to Applebee's.
That's what I did, sir.
Mm-hmm. Did you ask what was wrong?
No.
Because I could answer that.
No. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what? I saw somebody.
Okay, it didn't happen. Jeff, do you know where I'm going with this?
I do, but I would never.
Where am I going with this?
You're probably gonna say that I did it, right?
Jeff, you're telling me something happened that didn't happen. You don't have to sit there and try to jog your memory because it didn't happen. Do you know what time Melinda really got home that day? Because it wasn't at 3 like you said.
It's whenever she got home. I don't know.
Let me just tell you this. It was much later than what you're telling me. Melinda doesn't come home when you say she comes home.
What time did she get home?
Doesn't matter. It's much later than what you're telling me. So your whole... Remember when we first talked, I questioned you, you looked a little irritated about how long, even at that point, when I didn't know as much as I know now, and you said you left at 3. When they came home, you left right away. You said you didn't get your aunt's until 4:30, and even I questioned that. I said, it's an awfully long time from Blazing Star to Abigail is roughly, what, how many miles?
I've never
4?
GPS'd it.
5? So I questioned it. You seemed aggravated that I would even question it. I said, that's an awfully long time to get from point A to B, run out of gas, when someone came and helped you 20 to 30 minutes after you broke down. So now, not only is the hour and a half, now the hour and a half becomes 3 hours. 3 hours from when you told me you left and then by the time you get to your aunt's. So what happens in that time frame?
I left when she came home. I don't know if when she walked in the door, I walked out.
Pro tip: if you want to appear innocent, let out a big sigh every time the detective calls you out on the holes in your story. As for Jeffrey, he is backed into a corner, and the detectives present overwhelming evidence against him, giving him one final chance to reveal the truth about what really happened.
Jeff.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
You okay?
I'm shocked. I don't know what's... I saw somebody.
How did you feel when we took your truck? Did you know we took your truck?
My dad told me. He said it was on the news.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think
I
about
just
that?
figured you took it. You took all the cars in the driveway. I didn't think anything of it. You probably had the dust and everything for it. Yeah.
And we send that to the lab.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think that we found?
You probably found blood. We've cut our hands a million times in it.
Your blood?
No. I haven't cut myself in a while.
Who? Well, you said you cut yourself. You guys cut yourselves all the time. Who's we?
Me and my father.
Okay, but you never cut yourself.
Not anytime recently.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This is where we're at. Okay. All right. This is your chance to let the weight of the world off your shoulders, because I know it's on there.
I haven't done anything wrong, sir.
Where you're at right now, okay, you could either make this better for yourself and the family, or you continue down this road where it's just going to get worse for you.
Am I being charged with something?
Yes.
I didn't do anything.
Let me tell you this. Let me just tell you this, okay? All right, listen to me.
Yes.
Okay, you're under arrest. Hear me out. You're under arrest, okay, for the murder of Melinda Pleskovic. Okay? So, why don't you stand up, face away from me.
I didn't do anything,
Do you have anything
sir.
on you that shouldn't be on you?
No.
No.
No, I don't. I didn't do anything, sir.
I'm going to read you your rights. Okay? I'm going to read you your rights.
I'm sorry, I can't bend my hands.
And then we're going to talk a little bit further. You understand?
Jeffrey's story had fallen apart. Investigators had pulled cell phone data and surveillance footage that placed Jeffrey's cell phone at the Blazing Star Drive address at the time Melinda had died. Detectives also found a bloody knife in his truck. DNA results later showed that the blood belonged to Melinda, and DNA from the handle of the blade matched Jeffrey's. Jeffrey is arrested and read his Miranda rights. He went from being a witness to now becoming the prime suspect in the investigation. Now, the focus of the investigation has changed. Before it was a matter of who did it, and now the detectives want to know why Jeffrey did it. And despite all this mounting evidence, Jeffrey still tries to play dumb.
What happened that day that would make you do something like this? Because you don't seem like the type to do this.
I didn't do anything wrong. She took me in. I never...
Right. That help me understand, help this family understand. Jeff, when I asked you, does this family get along? You said, yeah. You said it's a great family. You said they took you in. Melinda was paying for your wedding. We talked to a number of people. You know who's the most excited about your wedding? Do you know?
No.
Who do you think is the most excited about it?
Anna?
Possibly. Melinda. Everybody we spoke to talked about how excited she was for you to marry her daughter.
I'm sorry, can we move these around?
Are they?
Yeah, I'm like, my hands are hurting really bad.
Sure.
I'm sorry, I can't
That's
put
okay.
my hands back.
That's okay.
Sir.
Let me see. You can. Okay. Stand up for me, Jeff. We're gonna put you, cuff you in the front. Okay.
I'm not gonna move or do anything.
That's fine. Jeff, listen. You can make this better or worse.
Sir, I didn't do anything.
Okay. You must have a ton of pressure on you. And you could probably take a lot of this pressure off starting now to do the right thing and help everybody understand what happened that would lead you to do this.
I'm sorry, but I didn't do anything. She was basically my mom.
Right. She took you in. You guys never fought?
We had, like arguments living there. Not nothing like...
I understand that.
Nothing crazy. Take your clothes down. Something like that.
Talking to you like that you're her son.
Yeah.
Took you in. Like one of her own.
Can I flip my hands around? Or did that? Never mind. I didn't hurt anybody.
But you did, and I want to understand why.
I didn't do anything. I didn't hurt anybody.
Jeff, you have an 18-month-old.
She's my world.
Daughter.
I would never.
Your world.
They wouldn't.
So do you
I would
want to
never
start?
see her again.
Do you want to start making this right so you can see her one day, or do you want to keep going down this path?
I'm not trying to go down a path. I didn't do anything, sir. I would never do anything.
Jeff, did something happen that day that just made you really angry really fast?
No.
Was Melinda an irritant to you about the wedding or anything like that?
No.
Did you guys have words that day?
Yeah.
And what happened?
We talked about little stuff, and then she went to the doctor.
Right. But when I say have words, was there any kind of disagreement that day?
No.
None at all?
No.
Did Melinda ever say things to you that got you upset?
No.
Never?
No, not that day. I've been upset with her before, but never angry.
Well, I just said ever.
Ever?
What were the...
What
were the things that Melinda would do that would sort of push your buttons, that would just get under your skin?
Just little comments, like she'd make comments, little insults, but whenever she did anything like that, I'd just go downstairs. I wouldn't.
How would she insult you?
Just like she'd make comments about weight or anything like that. It's little stuff, nothing.
Right.
Nothing crazy. I'd just walk away and I would just
Sure.
leave.
Right.
I didn't do anything, sir.
The detectives remain firm with Jeffrey, persuading him to confess by reliving the burden weighing on him. But don't be tricked. It's a classic tactic, designed to make suspects realize they have no way of escape but to tell the truth. The reality is, they're already cornered and their situation won't improve. In fact, it could get worse.
Jeff, last chance.
Sir,
Let it out. Just let it out.
I didn't hurt anybody. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to anybody. I wouldn't do that.
Listen, Jeff. There's nothing you could say to us right now that's going to remove the cuffs. But there are things that you can say that's going to help you down the line. So do you want to make this better? Or are you going to continue this path of just not being honest? Just be honest.
I didn't hurt anybody.
You'll feel a lot better when you're honest. Everybody will feel a lot better when you're honest.
I am being honest. I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't do that.
Where is the gun?
What?
Where is the gun?
I don't have a gun.
Where is it?
I don't have a gun. The only guns I had were the ones downstairs that you took.
Yeah. Well, again, that's another story didn't add up after talking to your parents. Jeff, we didn't arrest you the night of. No. You came in here a couple of days later. That was not even, neither one of those were an interrogation. It was just to figure out who you are, what happened over there. I want to know what happened. So all week long, everything that you told me hasn't panned out.
I didn't hurt anybody. I didn't do anything.
So you want me to go tell that family, and you're going to let me go out there and not be able to give them any understanding?
Sir,
So they could sit there at night and wonder why this would happen to their mother, the same person that took you into their home as one of their own? And that's what you're going to leave me with?
I'm not trying to do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do that to Anna. I didn't do that to Aurora. I would never do this to Anna. I would never do this to my baby.
You would never intend to. You wouldn't want to. Unfortunately, Jeff, things happen. Okay? And if you want, the worst thing you can do is not let anybody understand what happened. Okay? Listen, Anna and Bruce could have some peace with this, but only you can provide that. Okay? A terrible, terrible thing has happened. Do you understand? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Melinda is gone, and she's not ever coming home again. She's never going to get to handle Kyle again. Okay? You caused that. You understand? You caused that. And now you're going to sit here and continue with this behavior of lying. And you can't let that happen, Jeff. This is your opportunity to do something good for a change. Let's switch this up. Stop lying to the police and ruining a family. Maybe you can take a step in the right direction. Okay? This is your chance to do something good. Now tell us what happened. What did Melinda do? What caused this?
I didn't do anything.
Jeff,
I didn't do anything.
Right now, I don't want to hear those words come out of your mouth again. What happened that day? Come on. I'm serious about this. You can do good here. You can help Bruce and you can help Anna. Understand.
Your mom, your dad, help everybody understand.
Jeff, get it off your chest.
There's nothing to get off my chest.
You know what? Maybe you just are a bad person. Maybe this is just a waste of time. And then everybody will just know that, and that's what they'll go to bed with. You're just not a good person. Even bad people eventually do the right thing. You're not one of them, apparently. You're just a bad person, right? So I will go to your mom, I will go to your dad, and that's exactly what I'll let them know. That the son they raised somehow has zero remorse, can't do the right thing, given the opportunity, can't let your own family, their family, have a little bit of peace of mind, because you're going to be selfish, and you're going to sit there in jail, and I'm not giving these families anything, because I didn't do anything, when everything points to you.
Seeing no progress, they bring up Aurora, Jeffrey and Anna's daughter, hoping to reach him emotionally. But Jeffrey remains steadfast, insisting he did nothing wrong.
Who's that?
That's my daughter.
Right. Do you want to see her ever again?
I do.
What happened?
Okay. Listen, let me make this very clear to you, how you could help this situation. Let me make it as clear as can be. And then we're going to walk out of this room, and you're never going to have the chance again. Tell us what happened, why it happened. We want to know why it happened. I have to go out to this family and talk to them. I have to go to your family and tell them. Don't make me go out there and say, you're a monster and you're a bad guy. Do you want to see her again? Because when this comes to day of sentencing, you're not going to get any breaks at all. Because you know why? Because you're going to keep it inside of you. Do you want to see her again? This is your opportunity to see her again. If not, you're not going to see her again.
I had her all day.
Do you know the difference between premeditated murder and aggravated murder is?
No.
Because I feel that you planned this from the get-go. All that bull shit that we went out there, all this stuff going on with the alarms, you got the whole community in a tizzy. That's you. All right? So how do you want to make this better? Do you want to see Aurora or not?
I do.
All right, because I tell you right now, we're going to go after the premeditated murder, and do you know what happens with that? The death sentence. You're not going to be around very long. Do you want that, or do you want to do the right thing and see her?
I didn't do anything.
You just made your choice.
The remaining 20 minutes of the investigation continue the same way until the detectives realize Jeffrey is not willing to budge from his false story. But reluctantly, even after all of the evidence is shown to him, Jeffrey agrees to take a polygraph test with the FBI, during which he doesn't fail to disappoint.
Saying, hey, look, she came home. Was she angry when she came back from the doctors, or did you guys have any bad words, or hostile words or something, or was there bickering going on?
Well, when she came in, she came stopping, and then she started saying everything about that.
Wait, hang on. She came in upset?
Yes.
Okay. She returned from doctors upset. She was hostile towards you.
Yes.
What was she saying?
She's like, oh, you got anything to tell me at first?
You got anything?
And I said, I don't know, no. I didn't know what she's talking about.
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about.
And after that, she's like, oh, so you're not her father or whatever. And it went from there to there to there.
Well, hang on. I don't know what there is. So I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I say, I don't know what you're talking about. And then she says, Melinda says, you're not the father. Do you leave? Do you start getting angry at her, and that's when you decide to try to get out of the house?
That's when I left, and then I came back in to get more stuff for the baby, because I couldn't leave without any of her stuff.
Okay, so did you take the baby and put her in the car?
Yes.
Okay, left house, put baby in car, and then you returned to get baby items?
Yes.
Okay. I returned to get baby items, and that's when you went back into, did you go back in, is that when you saw the gun and the knife on the counter?
Yes.
Okay. And so you went back in, what did you go in the kitchen to get for the baby?
You have to walk past through the kitchen to get to the living room.
Okay. So I had to go through kitchen.
And that's where we kept all the baby stuff. It's in the living room.
Okay, living room. Where baby stuff is, where baby stuff is. And so when you're in the kitchen, that's when you saw the gun and counter, and that's when she started screaming at you again that you're not the father. And that's when she previously, and that's when the whole situation happened.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Screaming, pointing gun. Okay. You go through the kitchen. That's when you see the gun and the knife on the counter. That's when she starts screaming, "You're not the dad." She grabs the gun, points it at your feet area. You grab it from her, and that's when you shoot her, the gun goes off, and then because that happened, you see red, and that's when you picked up the knife and stabbed her. And then you took the stuff and left, got the baby stuff and left?
I just picked up the nearest baby bag, and I didn't even look to see what was inside of it.
Okay. Did you clean yourself? How did you clean yourself? Because when you stabbed...
I didn't clean myself.
Oh, you didn't? Okay. Nothing?
No, I don't think so.
You didn't get any blood on your clothes or anything?
No. I got blood on I think on a pair of sweatpants that I was holding.
As the detectives sit down with Jeffrey again, he directs them to a backpack in his Buick sedan. Inside, they discover a revolver, which ballistics testing would later confirm matched the bullets recovered from Melinda's body, along with a pair of his sweatpants stained with her blood.
Let me ask you a question that a lot of people have. The burglary and the other incidents there, why were you doing those things?
Doing what things? I swear I saw somebody, but I think I didn't. I don't know.
Well, how would that happen? Because you're not under, I understand maybe not remember anything from the day of. It had to have been, and it is extremely traumatic. But the Thursday before this happened, when you said that someone tried to break in, like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. That that playground in the backyard.
Yeah.
It really does have a camera. And I know you didn't know that, but it really does. And it's pointed right at the back. So why did you do that? Because no one understands that. I don't understand that.
I could have swore someone was there. That's what I don't understand.
Yeah, it's unusual too. Like with that in mind, a lot of times people think of a burglary, and back in the day they'd come in at night when you're sleeping, and that's your TV would be gone or DVD player. Nowadays it's during the day when you're not home, and they knock. They see if you're home. They don't want a confrontation. So it's just, at the time, it was even unusual to us because, like I said, normally they go to your front door to even see if you're home. And if you are home, then they'd rather go to a house that doesn't have anybody there.
Investigators still do not know exactly what happened in the Blazing Star drive home on that fateful day, and despicably, the murder took place with Kyle and Aurora still in the house. As for the motive, investigators later discovered that Jeffrey's credit card was declined 14 times by his wedding venue in the weeks leading up to the event. The venue, after deciding to cancel the wedding, eventually reached out to Melinda. The detectives believe she was planning to confront Jeffrey about it that very weekend. And as for the break-ins, they were nothing more than a scheme orchestrated by Jeffrey. He had purposely set off the car alarms and fabricated the break-in stories in order to cover up his crimes and to make the family feel like they were being targeted by an unknown robber. As the detectives inform Jeffrey that he has failed the polygraph test, he seems dismayed. The weight of what he's done and the relentless pressure from the detectives begin to wear him down. Jeffrey finally decides to reveal the truth, or at least half of it.
Then she came back. Kind of like, just came back, came home. Mm-hmm. Came inside, was in the kitchen for a minute, and went somewhere, and then came back. And she, set all that stuff down on the counter.
What she set down on the counter?
The gun and the knife. And she asked what it was, and then she...
Where did she get that knife and gun from? Where was it?
I think it was downstairs. It was downstairs in her bag. It was downstairs in the bag. There's stuff that I never even touch. I'm sorry, can I have a minute?
Sure.
And then she talked about, she asked me if there's anything I needed to tell her, and I was like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? Before I saw that stuff, I guess she meant the paternity test that we took a month ago, maybe a little bit more than a month ago, or just under a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was downstairs, I don't know exactly where. It was kind of just floating around.
Okay.
It wasn't really in anything, it was just, I didn't really set it in the paperwork bag or anything like that, I just tossed it down.
Mm-hmm.
And then she asked me if I was the father and everything. I said yes. That's what the test said.
Test came back positive? You're the dad?
Yeah. If she asks Anna about it, she can give you the information. I don't know where we went.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere over near Ridge, something, I think.
Okay.
I can't remember. It's AMC something, or it's this little store and a little strip by a music shop.
Okay.
We went there a while ago. We kind of had little arguments, me and Anna, about it forever, because I found out that there's a good chance she wasn't mine. She was 6 months pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
it was way too expensive then, she said. Then after, she just never did it. She would say, oh, we'll do it this day, and then she never do it. We'll do it this day, we'll never do it.
Was it tough when Aurora was born? Because you were sure? Was that tough on you?
No. I honestly didn't really care about it at first. As soon as I saw her, she was just great.
She was yours. Yeah.
It started to bother me like months down the line after she was born.
Yeah.
When I started thinking about it. I'd ask Hannah to do it, and she never did it, and then finally we did do it.
You were asking Hannah to do it. Yeah. Yeah. And the results were great news.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Which was great. Made me feel like an idiot.
For questioning her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just made me feel like an idiot, and I just kind of threw it down, the paper, somewhere down there. I can't remember where. I know it was floating around because I found it a few times.
According to Jeffrey, when Melinda confronted him with the gun she'd found hidden in the basement, along with the paternity tests he had secretly ordered for Aurora, his carefully constructed facade shattered.
So she picked it up, kind of just pointed at my feet. She pointed at me, but it was enough to be like, hey, stop. I reached up, I grabbed it by her hand. When I was pulling it back.
You said you were pulling it back, taking it from her?
I reached up and just kind of snatched it from her. She wasn't holding it right.
She wasn't holding it right? I can't hear you, Jeff.
She wasn't holding it right, I'm sorry.
Did she just have her hand on the handle? Okay, nothing on the trigger?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I think she was just holding it with 3 fingers on her handle, and then she had her something else, or a fork or something.
In the same hand?
She was holding something small in her hand, it's like this.
In her other hand?
No, this.
With it. Okay, she has 2 things in her same hand. Okay.
It was something small and black. I don't know what it was.
Okay.
But, grabbed it. When I was pulling it away from her, it kind of just went off. And after that, that's where it was I don't really exactly understand what happened.
What do you mean you don't understand what happened?
Everything's all blurry. I don't know. It's kind of just I lost control, I think.
Why did you continue to shoot her?
That's what I don't understand.
You don't understand? What do you mean by that? What is that?
It's
do you remember how many times you fired the weapon?
I don't.
Do you remember how many times you actually hit her? Shot her?
I don't. Everything, after it went off, everything kind of just got blurry, I think, because I can't even remember. Or I don't understand, at least now.
What do you remember? What else do you remember about the confrontation after you shot her?
We're going downstairs. Putting stuff away and leaving.
Do you know how Melinda died? Do you know from what? What do you remember?
It's me.
Yeah. But do you know what kind of injuries she sustained?
Just what I've read on the news, I guess.
What did you use?
The gun and I think a knife.
And the knife. Jeff, why did you transition from the gun to the knife?
That's what I don't know. I don't understand.
Was she still alive after you shot her? Did you feel then? Why did you transition to the knife?
I don't know. I don't understand that part. I've never been a violent person or anything like that. I've never done anything to anybody.
So you don't know why you reacted that way?
Jones.
On October 29, 2018, Jeffrey Scullins learned his fate. In the solemn session, Cuyahoga County Common Pleas Court Judge Pamela Barker sentenced Jeffrey to life in prison, with a possibility of parole after 33 years for his role in the brutal murder of Melinda Peskovic. If you enjoyed my production of this case, please subscribe. It helps me produce much more of this quality content. Goodbye.